Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the object, scope and extent of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947, which comes under the labor laws. It is a subject for LLB students, 5 years LLB students for SEM 5 and 3 years LLB students for SEM 1. So it may be a 12 marks question, and it is an important question here that the question will be to discuss the object, scope and the extent of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. So I am going to discuss with you the object and scope of the Industrial Dispute Act here. So we will start by saying the objects and scope here. Then first of all, what is the preamble? Preamble is the summary of the whole act, is it? So the preamble of this act means preamble of the Industrial Dispute Act is an act to make provision for the investigation and settlement of industrial disputes and for certain other purposes, whereas it is expedient to make provision for the investigation and settlement of industrial dispute and for certain other purposes hereinafter appearing. So the preamble is that an act to make a provision for the investigation and settlement of industrial dispute and for certain other purposes. And further, the object and extent of the act has been mentioned in the section 1 of the act, means section 1 of the Industrial Dispute Act of 1947. Now we will see the purpose or objects. We will call purposes or objects one and the same of the act. The object of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 are to promote industrial peace and economic justice, to promote prosperity of industry, to create harmonious relations of industrial dispute, to prevent illegal strikes and lockout, to provide relief to the workman in the matter of layoff and retrenchment, to provide for protection of workmen having affiliation to the trade union, to provide for the recovery of the payable payment by the employer to the workman, and the last, to provide for collective bargaining. So the objects of the act have been explained by the Supreme Court in the case, that is, workman of Dimakuchi Tea Estate versus management of Dimakuchi Tea Estate. I will be explaining this case in the next session that I will upload on this specific act under this above said case. Okay, that is reported in the All India Report 1958 Supreme Court, page number 353. Then we will see the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 is one of the important pieces of social legislation which aims at better conditions of employment of workmen in the industry. The Industrial Dispute Act is not ultra vires of the Constitution. The provisions of the Act are not opposed to the fundamental rights guaranteed under Article 19 of subsection 1G of the Constitution. This Act come to be enacted keeping in mind the importance of the development of the trade union movement in the country. Therefore, it became necessary to make provisions for investigation and settlement of disputes. Okay, so today I have explained to you the scope, object and purpose of the act. In the next section, I will be explaining you the case law, that is the workman of Dimakuchi Tea Estate versus management of Dimakuchi Tea Estate, reported in the All India Report 1958 year by the Supreme Court on the page number of 353. And I will be starting with the basic concepts of the Industrial Dispute Act, that is industry, then employer, employee and all. So I will end up here. Thank you.